Hello and welcome to Let's Play Endless Space 2. This is Series 7, Episode 79. I'm JC Proton. We're picking up at turn 235. And on this one, I've already done some stuff off camera. Some of the cluttery stuff I've knocked out. We'll just run through these. On this series, in this episode, we're going to be invading this system here, the Craver system, Caelum? Caelum, I think is how it's said. Pronounced. After we take this one down, we're in the process of moving fleets out to these outlying systems. We'll put battle fleets on location, and we'll start moving siege and invasion ships out to start really sieging these systems down. And we'll grab those up. We'll run through the remaining doodads over here, and probably advance the turn at the end here. So let's go ahead and do the invasion here first. We'll just go ahead and get that knocked out. And let's see, just make sure we don't have too many invaders. We have one there. Don't want to go with too many. As my troops keep getting a little bit stronger, they're more and more effective, right? So I don't need as many of them. And apparently the Cravers aren't upgrading their troops as quickly as I am. So I've kind of got an edge on them with that. This is how we currently have our troops laid out. 30% infantry, 35% armor and air. And all these upgrades have been done. Okay, so let's go ahead and rock and roll here. Make sure I have the sound up. Okay. And we'll do guerrilla. Try to minimize the amount of damage to the population and system improvements. Okay. Aha, ground battle remains. Cool. Maybe I have a ship here that can explore that? Or not. Apparently not. Let's see here. Yeah, I normally run with a few more scouts in game than I am on this one, apparently. I'm a little short. Coming up a little bit short. Okay, so we destroyed 3 improvements. Unfortunately, 2 of them were pretty nice industrial type ones. Although this one's not too expensive. Neither of these are very expensive. This one's not too bad. It's 2240, 2280, something like that. Not too expensive. 3 population. Not too bad. They did a draft. All right. Okay, you see F, G, H, I, J, K. BK is going to be the new name for this system. BK20 or BK2, I guess. Because the zeros implied that there are 0 gas planets. Okay, and we'll just get this started here. He is at system infrastructure level 2. 214 upkeep. He's got a lot of stuff here. Let's see. Yeah, F Reality Institute, National Museum, Patriot Pills. Okay, that's going to get scrapped. Exotic Rations is going to get scrapped. Okay, cool. Lots of good stuff. Okay, cool. Alright, and we'll have to rebuild the things we just blew up. That and that. And let's see, we have 2. Let's see, this is going to be self-mining in PO to increase the resource deposit generation. In fact, I'll probably go there with that, get that right away. And this, I guess I'll leave it this for now. Let's see which way of these gives me more industry. That's the winning move. Okay. Probably going to want to build a few of these dudes. Let's go with 6. So the farming is kind of not worth building because when morale is so low, then 75% of your food is not produced. So it's not really worth building the farming buildings immediately. And then likewise, these are at no troops. So the sim camp, it's based off the number of troops you have on the system. So right now there are no troops. So as the ownership switches over, then you get this to come back. So even though there are these structures like this and this and this, they're not really going to have many troops associated with them. So building the sim camp this early isn't really that useful. Let's see, we could build that, and we could build that. And it is worth getting enough Horatios to reverse and offset the Cravers, so that then we can start having reversing the depletion and get that minus 50% food industry, dust science, and influence malice to reverse that. So that's definitely worth doing. So we get that going, and that's enough to get us started. I'll circle back and do the rest of that off camera and finish doing the build queue. Okay, so we've got that one. Elections in 5 more turns. It's after turn 240. So now we're going to look at moving fleet. How much fleet do we need? A couple of carriers is enough for sure. We completed the scientific improvement, deep space fuel scoop, which gives us faster movement outside star lanes. So now we can get here, we can get to these outlying systems faster. So let's see, his attack is what? That's plenty. This is a plenty good. Plenty good for you. Okay, guard. Alright, and we're going to just start moving. There's the Overwatch ship. They could have explored that, but I already had it moving. That's fine. It's totally fine. Alright, so how many ships do we have? I don't know that I want to move all of them over there. If I can get it down to 200. So if I could get maybe something on the order of like 500 per turn, say 400 per turn, 400 per turn would be enough. So let me do one row. I think is going to be about 100. Let's see. So we're at 48. Fly 4 siege over. And we go from 48 to 140. It's a difference of 92. So it's 23 per ship. Let's see, I want to do at least 400. Which would be about 11 or 12 ships. And how many do I have? So if I have 12 here, and I have, yeah. 4 rows. Oh, I do have 5 rows. Okay, so let's do another 8. That should be about right. Excuse me. Sorry for the sniffling and the coughing and the throat clearing and all that. All right, that's 324. Okay, so 416 gets us to 832. 832 from 1050 is about 218. That's enough. We can take it down in one go. Alright, so then all the rest can come over here to Ying. And so the plan will be we'll take down Primus, then we'll send more invaders or whatever, siege over here. We'll get these two knocked out, and then we'll just move along this way. We'll go to Decky, even though Decky's nicer. Okay, so these ones can come over here. And we're going to go from minus 24 to, what, around minus 200 or so? Yeah, minus 208. Okay, and over here we have a total of how many invaders? 0. We'll probably need 2. Because there's going to be a couple of hundred troops left. Do I have any invaders still hanging out over here? Nope. Okay. How many do I have at Ying? None. Okay. So we'll have one invader, and then we'll send one over here to Ying. Okay, how much fleet do we have up here? Could use a little bit more. Probably another carrier at Ying should be enough. To deal with anything that might crop up. Primus is plenty of fleet. How are we looking at Decky? So we've got a second carrier on the way, so that's pretty good. Okay, so there's a revealer there, but it's going to take a while to get there. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and do the planetary reveal on that instead of the revealer. I'm going to bring that revealer over here, man. I think I'll do that. And it's okay to have fleet here. Ugaro, we've got two carriers, an Overwatch, an attacker. Aha, there's some invaders. Okay, so we'll probably want an invader here. So after Primus and Ying, the next one is going to be Decky. So we'll just go ahead and throw all of these siege ships over here. Not quite able to make it, huh? Maybe I should have gone to Ugaro. Okay, well, whatever. What's done is done. It's okay. Whatever. It'll be a while till we get that done anyhow. And we're kind of at our limit. Without hitting penalties, we're doing okay on approval. I would kind of want to finish up the fleet movements here. Okay, so those invaders can just wait. That invader can wait. Those siege can wait. Those siege can wait. Those sieges can wait. That invader can wait. Those guys are going to wait. That invader's waiting. Okay, so that's the fleet movement done. Still losing population at BJ here. Won't lose another one for 6 turns. We're converting some population over soon, and that should help. Is dropping at Husk. We'll be losing another one of those populations next turn. This gets less bad as you, as time progresses, you get system ownership, and that morale issue turns around. producing lots of Horatio populations all over the place. The ground battle remains at BJ was influence. I went through here before I started recording and updated the build queues. So like I added in, on this one I added in a autonomous administration way down here after I'm done with the industry build out. And when you colonize planets, it puts a population over there, so then I like to shuffle the population around within that system to try to find the highest industrial output or food, or whatever it is I'm going for, and then the new planets I'll make sure I get them queued up with what their resource is going to be, countering any negative anomalies, see what the new terraform is going to be, all that kind of stuff. I'll go ahead and do that. This one's no longer depleted anymore, so that's great. So his output is pumped up. This one's currently depleted, but this planet's full, so this one will now, next turn, should become not fully depleted anymore. So anyway, I did that with these planets. That's all of that stuff. We completed deep space fuel scoop. And next one is super light aerodynamics. So that one's going to be +2 movement speed. It's down here. +2 movement speed on ships. So that's cool. So next turn I'll get that one and also the interleaved orichalcix, which gives the technology of extreme impenetrable plating. So that one's really cool. Hit points repaired per damage absorbed is 0.5. So as the ship absorbs damage with its armor, then half of the damage it's absorbing repairs it. So for example, this ship, currently the armor absorbs 63% of kinetic damage. So then it repairs around 31.5% of the damage it would be taking. So because it's repairing that damage, it basically effectively offsets an additional 31.5% of damage, kinetic damage. So that makes this armor, if you had 31.5% of that, that's 94.5% absorption of kinetic damage, right? So it's almost 100% kinetic damage absorption. In other words, it basically offsets kinetic damage, and it makes kinetic weapons almost useless against that ship. So, at least that's my understanding of how it works. I know it's really good. We'll see how expensive it is. So anyway, that's going to finish researching next turn. And then I'll be ready to probably do the new and improved carrier upgrade design, and then look at maybe start rolling those out into production. And then after that, I have these 3 techs are all troop combat power increase. And I'm probably, as soon as I get this one, that'll be this completed, I may jump right into Wealth of the Endless at that point. And then we'll see how quick I want to get this one, which is, where's that tech? I'm doing this one down here, dust production. So that's right here. That's pretty soon too. And that would unlock those 2 techs right there. Better military, more command points, more military capacity on Empire, and then this one is also okay. A little more approval and a little bit +1 food industry, dust science, and influence, +1 FIDZ. per pop on planets where they are ecstatic, which, you know, our people are pretty ecstatic. Except for the places where we recently conquered. So that's what's going on as far as research goes. And then politically, the military party is getting stronger and stronger. And, you know, part of that is because of the amount of conquering that we're doing right now. We're building, well, not really building a lot of fleet, but we are doing a lot of combat and invasions and stuff, right? And then also we're getting a lot of Craver population. And, you know, Cravers are, they're militant, you know. So the more Cravers we get, you know, the more influence that's going to be. Even though we are converting them into Horatio, that takes time. So we'll see how it goes in this election. You know, maybe it's going to flip. Maybe it's going to flip over, and militarist will be the ruling faction. Maybe if that does happen, the default military law is jingoist joy, and it makes it free to declare war. You get plus 15 approval per war that you have with major factions, and then also plus 5 per war with minor factions. So, yeah, that's a thing that might happen, which would be an incentive to go to war with everybody then, basically, right? Because there are a total of 7 other races in the galaxy, 7 other factions, so 7 times 15, right? That's what, a 75 plus 75 approval to go to war with everybody. So anyway, so that's where that's at. We'll go ahead and click on over next turn. Maybe take a sneak peek at the next turn here. Let's see. We have guys over here that need to move. Yeah, we do, don't we? Keep the 3 carriers. Okay, let's move them. Let's make them go this way. And these guys, we got what, 3 carriers here? I think we moved everybody who needed moving. Let's just take a see the attackers. She's looking, that's fine. There's a siege there still. Okay. Glad I checked. This is one of those games where, like, if you think you're done with a turn, if you go ahead and check through again, you'll find that you probably have other things you can do that you didn't do. Like right now, even now, I think I'm done. But if I go checking through, I'll find other things that I could totally do. But it's at some point you just pull the trigger and just go. So we're almost to 5,300 score. Cravers are at 2610. So they're definitely behind the Riftborn now. I think maybe this Craver fleet that's mystery Craver fleet that's parked out here east of this constellation. I should have pulled it up. It maybe it's related to like a Craver quest, something like that. Maybe. Talking about these fleets over here. Maybe they're parked at a system that I cannot see, and it's part of a Craver quest line or something like that, is what I'm suspecting. Okay, we got population flying in and landing at these systems. Yep. like things might be mostly done moving. So yeah, Primus will be ready for invasion next turn. Then we'll send a bunch more siege down here to Ying, and probably send some over to Deki as well. Let's see what we discovered at BK. Ground battle remains 100 dust. Okay. Horatio population grew various places. We're doing war as hobby. We're back up to 246. So, excuse me. Sorry about that. Ambushed me. We had a bunch of population that were growing to replace ones that we had moved, and so now these systems are full again, and so the super biofuel factories have kicked back in. So we have extra food that's going into industry, which is getting converted to science. So our science went from like 180 something thousand, maybe around a little under 190, I think it's like 188, to 246. So that was how much of an impact those super biofuel factories have. So I kicked that up. So now we are unlocked over here, and we can do this. Okay, let's see how long this would take. It's only going to be a couple of turns, right? We'll put it at the top of the queue. Yeah, 2 turns, man. Cool. So that's going to be really nice, man. 15% more FIDZ, minus 20% dust inflation, and a 40% increase in star system trade value. That'll be good. That'll crank up these resource deposits. So it's 113.6, 28.7, and 15.1 right now. Okay, that all works. How close are we to a new hero? Long way away. Okay. Alright. Lost the population at Husk, lost one at BK.
Your presence and communication is a source of endless joy to the unfallen.
Yep. They like us. We haven't attacked
We
them.
know not what game you play, but we have a proposal.
This offer is getting sweeter and sweeter. 250 gigalattice is worth roughly, at face value, selling one of those is worth 1,500 times 250 of them is 375,000 dust. However, the more that you sell of a thing, the lower the price goes because of supply and demand. So it wouldn't really be 375, but it might be 300. So 300,000 dust. I'm kind of piling up a bunch of dust here. What I should do is probably take a look through the market here. See if there's anything I want to buy. Looks like I've got a lot of stuff piling up here. I could maybe do some microwave, some of the microwave system improvements. So those are things, I'll take a look at those systems off camera. Do the fiddly bits with that. Extreme and impenetrable plating. Okay, cool. I will probably do that in the next recording as well. We'll play around with that, and I'll show you what the design is I come up with. Hyper light acceleration. We've got the +2 movement. Election is after turn 240, so it's only 4 turns away. Still getting bigger and stronger. Craver population is actually going down now. It'll only goes up when I when I invade more systems, which that is definitely a thing that's going to be happening. And yeah, Primus will invade next turn. Cool. So I'll jump through the ships here real quick just to see if there's any movements that I need to do. I pretty much doubt it, but we'll just take a peek here. He's sieging at 239, 26, 237, 416, 255. Okay, yep, I think that's everybody. Yep, we're cycling back through. Okay, cool. So that's where we're at. That's the sneak peek for turn 236. Next recording we'll pick up at turn 236. And, yeah, I think that's probably about it. Anything else going on in the galaxy? I haven't really gone around showing what's going on, but there hasn't really been a lot of changes. We still have the social event going on over here. United Empire has fleet here. All of this is basically just kind of remaining static or frozen. Everything's just kind of on pause. It seems like not really any big changes happening that I've noticed. They're back to sieging here just as an annoyance. Here he's sieging as an annoyance, maybe. So, not any big heavy invasions or battles and systems getting invaded or anything like that. So, for a hot war, it's kind of cold. It's just, everything's kind of pretty static in the galaxy. So I haven't really been doing the updates. Haven't really been doing the updates on that stuff because nothing changed. All right, well, we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.